So between like my first and second year of university here at Competi, during the foundation degree, I was like, oh, I'm sinking a lot of time into League of Legends because, come on, I have aspirations of becoming pro. Then I realized I wasn't actually that good at it. Well, I was all right. I was above average. Let's say that. And then I was like, all right, so I've sunk a lot of time into this. I've learned the game a lot. I'm reviewing my own games, all that stuff. Let's actually turn that into something. And it's always kind of intrigued me to be in front of a camera. So I was like, okay, let's see how this pans out. And I was honestly, if I admit it, I was kind of half-assing it to begin with. Just like going into these volunteer casts, like half, not fully committed, and then suddenly I got invited to go to Canada in my third year, I think, and that was like 6 months after I started commentating. And then, yeah, that's when I started taking it super seriously and realized actually I can travel the world and make decent money off of this. Plus, it helps that I love League of Legends. Like, transferable skills, maybe there are a couple for in front of the camera skills, but most of it is like League of Legends knowledge. So I'm like, I can't actually do much with this besides something related to League. So it's kind of weird because at the start of my career I was trying to do an announcer voice, but because I was just focusing on that so much and getting my point across, it kind of became monotonous. And so to add like this natural kind of authenticity to it, because I act like I'm having a conversation, I actually genuinely do have a conversation as well with the person I'm doing it with. So just my natural voice, really, as long as I sound enthusiastic. Stick with it and definitely do remain committed to it, because if I had put in as much work as I've put in the past 3 months, like 1 year ago, I would be in an even better place than I am today. And I'm doing okay so far. I'm content. I'm not complacent though, and I know that there is a lot of improvement that can still be made, and it's just be aware of where you are on the ladder and never lose sight of actually climbing towards it. So if I was a student going into my footsteps, I'd say definitely use some of the somewhat ample free time that this course does provide you with to actually work towards this, especially if you are interested in esports, because in terms of esports, for the first 2 years during the foundation degree, I had that industry module where I could write or at least talk directly about esports as a subject. In the third year, though, it swapped to completely focused on games technology, and that meant we had no more esports related modules. The only thing we could maybe get away with was like this vaguely related dissertation topic, and that just means that you have to be doubled down on your discipline towards working towards it actively in your free time, as well as having it in mind during your coursework as well. So 2018 December, I got to commentate in front of an arena of about 1,500 to 2,000 people in Belgium on behalf of ESL. And then just last year, biggest comic convention outside of Japan was Luca Comics and Games in Italy. I got invited there to commentate League of Legends inside a desanctified church. That was really weird, but really cool. And yeah, just big gigs like that have been really a highlight. But that first one to Canada that kind of sprung on me randomly, pretty cool. It's really nice to be back here, and it's nice to be able to kind of give an indication to some students, like if they're struggling with the 3D modeling or the level design aspects, that it's not the be-all end-all if those, like, okay, admittedly major aspects of their degree are giving them difficulty, because this can lead to other career paths within the industry, because they're all under the big umbrella of the games regardless. And just thinking about the kind of lectures that I had during my time, it was like esports as a whole was still kind of a foreign concept, even if that was like peak 2016, peak 2017, when it was starting to become a legitimate thing. And yeah, I'm just glad that I get to actually shed some light on something that at least some of the students were very interested in, as they made evident to me after my talk as well. So I'm glad that I give them something they can walk away with here in terms of inspiration or just reassurance that they're doing okay. Keep stay goal oriented, I'd say, but also don't overwork yourself, don't burn out, but also do your best, otherwise you'll regret it in a couple of months, especially if you remain equally as passionate about that very same thing as you are today.